it's Dina, and today we're watching Riggy's Fun Facts.
How does Mr. Beast have so much money? So much that he can give away thousands or
how
even
does
millions
Mr.
of
Beast
dollars a
have
week
so
and
much
keep
money?
it going
Let's go ahead
this
and
long?
see
Well, Mr. Beast
why.
gets sponsorships on most of his videos, but
Makes
instead of
sense.
taking the money for himself, he then invests the money back into new, even more epic
True.
videos for people to enjoy, which in
And that
turn
makes
leads
the
to
video
growth,
super
which in
duper
turn
awesome.
leads to new sponsorships, which creates an endless
It's
cycle
a
that doesn't look like it's slowing
like
down
money
anytime soon.
loading.
So now you know the answer.
This is literally an ever-going cycle of get sponsorship money, put it in video, make the videos better. Get even more sponsorship money, put it in even more videos. It's like an ever-going cycle that just works beautifully, might I add.
But math is red. But why do
Math
we
is
associate
red.
certain things
Oh,
with colors? The professional
yes.
term is synesthesia. In psychology, this means
Okay.
associating certain
That
things
makes
with
sense.
unrelated senses due to previous experiences or encounters. Example, fall is
Interesting.
orange. We see a
Yeah,
lot of
fall's
pumpkins
orange,
in the fall.
100%.
What color are pumpkins? Orange. All pumpkins. Pumpkins orange. Orange
That
fall.
one makes the
fall
most
orange.
sense.
And now you understand synesthesia. For me, these are the colors I see
Synesthesia.
school subjects.
Wait a minute. This is the first time I've heard synesthesia before. But let me go ahead and look at this because I know a lot of you guys can relate that when you guys have different subjects in schools, you have different colors. They're all color coded, aka synesthesia. Nailed it. Anyways, math is red, English is yellow, science is blue, history is brown. I don't know about that. I feel like for me, I think math is red because it's hard. Maybe that's why. And red is associated with hard stuff. Rage. I think history is yellow. Science is green. And English is blue? I don't know. Let me leave a comment down below for what you guys is like, what colors you guys pick in school. But I feel like what I said is just my way of doing things. I was gonna say maybe everyone's way of doing things, but no, I think it's just my way. But let me know your way.
Dogs or cats? Which is better?
Dogs
Yes,
and
obviously
cats.
it's
I like
subjective,
both,
but let's
actually,
look at the
not gonna lie.
perspectives. With dogs, studies have shown that they
Yes.
are more trusting and loving
Extrovert.
towards humans,
Oh, yeah.
understanding servitude, and wanting
yeah,
the best for the
100%.
people. Cats, on
You're
the other
so
hand, feel as though
loyal.
they are a higher power, and you are
Yeah,
there to
cats,
serve
they do
them, meaning you must
whatever they
earn
want,
their
guys.
trust. This psychology relates to people as well. Ever hear the
Makes
saying
so
men are
much
dogs?
sense.
Men are easy to please, whereas women are more like cats. I'm kidding.
Oh,
it's a joke.
what?
I would know. I'm a Hungarian guy.
What the heck, man?
But let me...
Ooh, I'm kind of a both. I love dogs and I love cats too. I love dogs because they're so high energy and they love playing with you and they're just so adorable. But then I love cats because like you kind of just leave them to do their own thing. You like literally, you don't need to do much to take care of them and then you get to play with them and they cuddle up to you. But like cats also have that feisty side. So I don't know, like I feel like it's so hard. I love both of them. Again, let me know in the comments which you prefer.
Logan Paul saved himself? It's no
Saved
secret that
himself?
Logan was
What
the
does that
most
mean?
hated man on the planet
Oh,
at one
his
time, and looking back,
reputation.
there's no
Gotcha.
question why. What he did for internet points was
Yeah.
definitely shameful.
It
But
was
at this point, while
questionable,
most would have
yes.
thrown in the towel,
Shameful,
he did.
indeed.
Logan Paul instead attempted to revive his career, filming a
By?
documentary, continuing his vlogs, but it wasn't really working.
Oh, really?
Until KSI challenged him
Is
and brought him
that
back
the
into the
lore
spotlight. Back
behind
then,
Logan?
people just wanted to see this man's get beat up ruthlessly.
Dang!
But now,
He was
after
that
taking
hated?
on podcasts and even befriending and co-founding an energy drink with his once adversary KSI,
rose to the
Logan
top,
has become a
guys.
genuine person and member of the YouTube community. Not to
That's
mention his
good.
stellar Polaroid project. But now you know how
Awesome, I love it. I love a good redemption story. I actually never really knew his story, not gonna lie. Well, that's awesome. Rose from the ashes of terribleness to an actual decent guy. Am I getting that right?
Netflix is stealing from Mr. Beast.
Are they
No secret
really?
that Mr. Beast is YouTube's biggest creator right now, but all of his videos cost a lot of money. So he
yeah,
thought
that's
maybe he could
100%
approach
true.
Netflix with a
Just
show
establish
idea.
that.
Mr. Beast pitched a series where he would basically do just what he does on YouTube, but with more
But for
funding.
Netflix.
And they refused, saying
What?
there's no audience for it. Mr.
There's
Beast
no
in
audience?
retaliation
Mr. Beast
created
probably
a
gets more views
real-life
than them.
version of Netflix's hit
That is
show
so
Squid
crazy.
Game. And with it garnered nearly 300 million
That is
views.
a lot
Good
of
job,
people.
Jimmy. But now
That is
Netflix
a
is trying
lot
to
of
do the
people.
exact same thing. Making
What?
their own reality show offering the exact same experience
No,
as
they're
Squid
trying to
Game.
do
It
the
doesn't take a
same
genius to
thing,
see that they're
though.
trying to capitalize on his success.
I
It's
copy
still
your homework,
tragic
just
that we
change a
live in a
couple
day and
things.
age where YouTube celebrities are shunned by Hollywood.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm surprised that they didn't like take the opportunity. They see that the numbers that Mr. Beast can do. I'm surprised they were like, yeah, we want that. We want a part of that. Instead they were like, nah, we can do it ourselves. I mean, not gonna lie, I feel like I'll still like want to see what they got in store, but Mr. Beast did it first, technically. I mean, technically, Netflix did it first with the actual like video Squid Games, but then Mr. Beast did it first with the actual contestants and without the death. You guys know what I mean, but I would still like to see it.
Why does Walmart have greeters at the door? No, it's not
I
just to
wanna
brighten
know
your
that
day. Except for me, because seeing a nice person wave at me with a smile does make my day
Hi.
slightly better, since it distracts me from the constant feeling of inevitable death. But actually, they're there because in
Is that
1980,
true?
one of the managers noticed that people were less likely to shoplift if they were greeted at the door. Guilt is a
Aw.
powerful tool indeed. Also, they're probably afraid the greeter saw their face. Now you'll never wonder.
Oh, is that really it? To bring down the crime rate? I mean, I guess if there's like an old person greeting you at the door, you'll feel more bad to steal because it's like, look at it's like you're stealing from an old grandmother. Like, what the heck? Why would you want to do that? You should feel so bad for doing that. This makes Walmart's lore a lot darker now. Not gonna lie.
Voter fraud has officially been found in the world's fattest bear competition, and...
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Okay, hold on. Apparently there was a cheating
What?
scandal with voter fraud in the Fat Bear Week competition. But there are people in the world who
Voter
care so
fraud?
much about chubby bears that they would
Of
go
all
so far as to
things,
rig
voter
the Fat
fraud
Bear
is in
competition?
the
Bro, someone
bear
had to say,
competition?
forget rigging the 2020 election. I want to commit voter fraud in the Fat Bear competition.
Makes sense.
What?
It makes
Why?
sense,
I don't know
guys.
what's going on anymore.
It makes sense, guys. Like, of course, what's more important than the largest bear competition? Tell me. Oh, wait. There is nothing.
Halloween is just around the corner.
Yes,
but
Halloween
where
is
did it
literally
come
around the
from?
corner,
Well,
guys.
Halloween started as the Celtic festival of the Samhain,
Oh,
originating
really?
via the Irish in the 9th century to welcome the
Oh.
harvest at the end of the summer. And they would
I
even
did not
wear
know.
costumes to ward off ghosts. Eventually, these costumes evolved to today, where we...
Really?
Wow, we failed. Well, now you know the history of the holiday, which is helpful since...
Wow, okay, I never knew the history of Halloween. I did know, I didn't know anything. All I knew was that you go outside dressed up and you get candy. When does the candy aspect come into play? Because they said that it's also like, it was the beginning of the harvest or something. Maybe we should give them some sweets. Who decided that? I would like to talk to that person. Like, what made you think that? Very interesting indeed.
Where did memes come from? As
Where
in
did memes
bees,
come
the
from?
picture memes we know today?
Yes.
Well, in the early 2000s, when the cave people still had wires on their
Early
phones and
2000s?
computers still had hamster wheel boxes, people used sites like Newgrounds and message boards.
Oh,
I was born in
Newgrounds.
2004. What the swear is a message board? People posted mostly pictures, videos, and most of all, GIFs. But the first meme as we know
Ooh,
it
I
today
wanna
came
know.
in the form of these demotivational posters,
really?
which first coined the text and
Oh,
image
yes.
dumb, eventually evolving
I
into the top
remember.
text, bottom text format in 2011, where it was given the terminology meme, which came from
Memes!
some stupid 1976 book that I don't care about because it's irrelevant. Also, advice
was
animals
wondering where
became
they
popular
came
around
from.
this time too. And then Facebook made it to where everybody shared them, and then the normies infested them, and then your mom
The
ended up
normies.
subscribing to the Minion meme cult forever.
Now I know where memes came from. I actually never, like, a lot of these things I'm just like, I've never even thought of the origin. I never really was like, oh my gosh, what? Where did memes come from? But now it's got me curious and I kind of want to dive deeper into this stuff. He mentioned the names came from this one irrelevant book, but I kind of want to know why it came from that irrelevant book, you know, guys?
Is it GIF or GIF? Well, there's been
Oh,
it's GIF.
I say-
Graphics interchange format. Graphic interchange format. It's not graphic. In fact, I made a poll on this subject, and 8% of people said it was this, while 58% of people said it was this, and 34% of people were confused by the question. You can borrow in the comments, but I've already told you the final answer to the question.
I was
Is
literally,
it GIF?
before you rudely interrupted me. Just kidding. I used to say GIF. I think I used to say GIF, but then somewhere along the line, I started to change it to GIF. I don't know when that transition happened. I don't know who corrupted my brain to make it happen that way, but now I say GIF or GRIP. Oh, I'm confused now. Now I say GIF, and I think that's the correct way of saying it because of the reasons listed that was just shown. So if you say GIF, you're wrong. Supposedly.
Where did carving jack-o'-lanterns originate from?
Oh,
Well, it
yeah.
actually comes from a myth a long time ago. There was
Oh,
a
yeah,
man
tell
named
me more.
Stingy Jack, and he wasn't
Stingy
exactly
Jack.
a saint, but he was pretty smart. So one cold night, he managed to trap the devil somehow, and would only
Dumfrey?
let him go if the devil promised to never let him go to hell. Slyly, the devil agreed, but when Jack died, he was turned away from heaven. Since he
you
couldn't
don't
go up
want
or down,
to.
Jack was forced to wander the world as a ghost for
Dang.
eternity. But wait, the devil, as a sign of sympathy, gave Jack a glowing turnip to light the way
Turnip?
on his journeys. People picked up the tradition and carved scary faces into their turnips, and eventually pumpkins, in order to scare off the evil spirits. And now, just for fun.
Who came up with this myth? What? I mean, okay, I get it. Like, the warding off, actually, I don't get it. I was trying to make some sense out of it. But like, how did they go from turnips to pumpkins? And then also, how did this guy freaking capture the devil? Like, there's so much questions. I need to stop asking questions, but I just got so much more questions.
Japan's Santa Claus is actually Colonel Sanders? Christmas
What?
is here. It's
KFC?
November 1st, which means it's Christmas time. But what does Christmas look like in other cultures? Well, of course, many different religions and regions celebrate Christmas or other holidays in their own ways. In China, they treat it more like Valentine's Day. The Philippines has lots of lights. But by far, the best version of Christmas has got to be Japan. While they share a lot of the same values, being with family and spending the new year together, it's also now widely spread tradition that their meal of the season is KFC. The entirety of Japan eats KFC for Christmas.
They love that chicken.
Apparently, there are 1,000 statues of Colonel Sanders.
I did not know KFC was that popular in Japan. 1,000 statues of Colonel Sanders. What? And look at him! Look at him all dressed up!
That's insane.
Wow.
That's more statues than I have subscribers on my main channel. Subtle plug.
Subtle plug. But like, that is actually crazy. I didn't know KFC was that big in Japan. Maybe I gotta try KFC. I've never tried KFC before. So maybe I should try KFC and see what the rave is about.
Mickey Mouse stole the fame of somebody else? Everybody knows the mouse, but do you know about the character that could have taken his place? While Walt Disney was-
don't, I got this. I literally played an FNF mod about it. I think Oswald? It's Oswald the bunny, right? Right? Okay, let's see.
Just starting out, he was actually working for Universal Studios and was creating cartoons starring his flagship character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. The Oswald cartoons are perfect mirrors of the Mickey Mouse ones, aside from the audio sync that Disney found it later with Steamboat Willie. But in the end, Universal ended up snaking away Disney's rights to the character and most of his team. Disney was heartbroken, but ended up creating a new character from a mouse he saw running across his desk.
Universal do with Oswald? Nothing?
History. But what happened to Oswald? Disney actually reclaimed the rights to the character around his 80th birthday by trading him for a real-life person, a sports newscaster. While he was brought to light in the 2010 Wii game Epic Mickey, one of my all-time favorites, and given a small little gas station in California Adventure, but that's about it. I'm a massive fan of the Lucky Rabbit, and even wanted my future kid to be named after him.
I would love for them to do something else with him.
But now you know the story.
I love Oswald. I mean, I don't know much about Oswald, but I love Oswald's design, and I feel like they should do more with Oswald because he's like low-key like the original Mickey Mouse. More respect on Oswald, guys. More respect.
Disney scared millions of children? Okay, follow me.
Scared though?
1963. Walt Disney creates the Enchanted Tiki Room, meant to spread joy and fun to families and kids alike. In 1977, Nolan Bushnell, inspired by the Tiki Room and infatuated with the idea of a restaurant featuring singing animatronics, founds Chuck E. Cheese to spread joy to families and kids alike. Fun fact, the same guy that made Chuck E. Cheese also made Atari. Fast forward to 2014, and American video game developer Scott Cawthon becomes inspired by the franchise, as well as multiple lewd comments made to him on his previous game, and voila! One of the scariest video games was born to give millions of children nightmares, including. So technically, the creation of FNAF can be traced all the way back to Walt Disney, albeit indirectly.
Wow, my brain was just boggled just now, how they just stringed all that together. But it makes sense.
The best Thanksgiving of all time? Many of you know this story, but just in case, I'm telling it here to share the joy. Back in 2015, Wanda Dench messaged her grandson inviting him to Thanksgiving. Except what she didn't know is that he had recently changed his number. Instead, she messaged Jamal Hinton, a high school senior at the time. They quickly figured out the mistake, but he asked if he could come anyway, and she said yes. That's what grandmas do. Feed everyone. It's been 7 years, and the tradition has persevered, even through Grandma Wanda's husband's sad passing. But still, this is a heartwarming tale that everyone should know.
And I hope again they do it, because like Thanksgiving's coming up next month, guys. So I really hope that they do it again. I love that. That is just so, that's like the most precious story ever. Like every time I hear it, it literally makes me so happy.
Cereal before or after the milk? One of the-
Oh, nope, I'm gonna stop you right there. Cereal before the milk. You put the cereal and then you put the milk after. If you put the milk first, I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys.
We all have our own answer, but what do the facts say? Well, there are two major points. First, cost, and second, density. Cereal is the cheaper variable, whereas milk is more expensive. Whichever ingredient is added first determines what will take up the most surface area in the bowl. So therefore, in this scenario, cereal first is the more economically correct action, as well as practically, as cereal takes up more room in your stomach than milk. Okay, toss all this junk. Subscribe if you're with me. The right answer, bowl first, gang. And hey, if you like stupid things like this question, I made a-
That's true, though. Imagine not putting the bowl first. You're just gonna put the cereal on the freaking table and the milk right after. I mean, I guess that is a way of eating it. And then you put the bowl on top. No, that'll be cursed. That'll be very cursed, actually.
Was Santa Claus really made by Coca-Cola? Everybody knows the Jolly Red Giant, known for breaking and entering every year, but where did his design come from? What I mean is that nobody can see him since he's so fast, so nobody knows what he looks like.
What it is.
The first early depictions of Santa come from one Thomas Nast, an artist during the Civil War who's actually known for making the Republican elephant and Democratic donkey, but he also made early versions of Santa, although they were used for propaganda, which is why you still hear a lot of people saying that Santa is a, anyway. But the modern version of Santa we know today was actually popularized by the Coca-Cola Company. And it worked to an insane degree. I mean, even I want a Coke when I see this guy, and I don't even like it. I'm a root beer guy. And no, Coke doesn't own Santa Claus. Who is searching this up?
Every time I do think about Coke and Santa Claus together, there is one particular commercial that comes in mind with like Santa Claus drinking a Coca-Cola. It's just now I'm really starting to put them together, actually. Things are connecting randomly. Now I can't unconnect it.
Why do all old cartoon characters wear gloves? Mickey Mouse, Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, and Todd the Cat all have white hands with gloves. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. The early days of animation had a lot of characters with white hands because all of their films were in black and white, as color wouldn't come about until 1932 with Disney's Flowers and Trees, the first cartoon to win an Oscar. But all the characters could be seen much easier on the ink backgrounds or normal backgrounds with white gloves. But why do characters today, like Bendy or Cuphead or My Rabbit Monkey, still have them? Well, just a reference to the golden days of animation, although I'm not too sure any of us were alive back then.
I love that. I really do love like listening to these facts because like honestly, like there are questions I've never really thought about before, but now that I'm hearing about it, I'm like, I'm interested. Please tell me more. Like this is so freaking interesting. Like I never really thought, oh, why are they wearing those gloves? I was just like, haha, the gloves are just, I don't know. It's just a thing that they did just cause art. I didn't really like be like, oh, wonder why they did it. And I just like, they just did it because they did it. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe for a virtual cookie.